While Jack was fixing the electrical wiring, he accidentally activated tens of thousands of volts of electricity. His body, out of control, fell straight into a large tank filled with eels, and these eels were specially used for mutation tests in the laboratory. Under the massive electric current, the entire tank shattered in an instant. Just when the boss thought Jack was sure to die, inside the mortuary, the lights began to flicker eerily. At that moment, Jack, who had been declared dead, fell right off the mortuary table. Jack felt as if he had just woken up from a dream. Suddenly, a chainsaw dropped down. Jack reached out immediately, and miraculously, he stopped the chainsaw midair from a distance. Jack didn't have time to think twice, so he stood up at once, grabbed his clothes, and quietly slipped out of the mortuary. When Jack saw car lights flashing non-stop, he immediately placed his hand on the car. In an instant, the energy from the car was absorbed by Jack. Looking at the lighthouse in the distance, a surge of energy in his body seemed to be calling him over. He walked step by step to the center of the city. At that moment, Jack noticed a glow on the ground, so he hurried over. Finding it was energy, Jack directly stuck his hand into the high-voltage electricity. But as Jack was recharging his energy, a policeman nearby sensed something was wrong, and immediately evacuated the crowd around. Yet just as the policeman ordered Jack to pull his hand away, a truck suddenly appeared on the road out of nowhere. Seeing this, Jack raised his hand directly, and unexpectedly moved all the surrounding vehicles aside with sheer force. Soon, all the policemen who heard the commotion nearby rushed over, realizing he was surrounded. Jack wanted to explain everything to them nicely, but when he saw the cameraman projecting his image onto the big screen, Jack, who had always been ordinary, suddenly felt the thrill of being in the spotlight. But he didn't get to enjoy it for long, as the policeman threw smoke grenades at him directly. As Jack's emotions grew more and more intense, an invisible energy suddenly gathered around him. However, just as the flying police car was about to hit someone, a mysterious figure took the blow for the officers. Seeing his fellow officers shooting at Jack, the policeman immediately ordered his men to cease fire, because this was no longer a fight for ordinary people like them. When Spider-Man jumped onto the roof of the car, Jack, who was still in a rage, was instantly drawn to him, for at that moment, Jack remembered that Spider-Man had once saved his life. But just as the atmosphere on the scene was gradually calming down, a sniper on the overpass secretly aimed at him.